Hello crafters, I'm Jan B and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you how I made this bridge card. It stands up on its own like that, and for mailing you just fold it like that and it goes into one of our envelopes beautifully. Okay, if you put it straight. So there we go, I'm going to show you how I made it. First of all though, I'm going to explain about the stamp set and the dies that I've used for this, because it's a special promotion that Stampin' Up are offering at the moment. It's called Snowflake Showcase, and there are two stamp sets in this. There's those two, which is these. Snow is Glistening, which is the one that I've taken the sentiment out of, which I heat embossed with white embossing powder there. And the other stamp set is Happiness Surrounds, which I haven't used yet, but that's more of a all year round one because of the sayings with it, like congratulations, it's your day, here's to new beginnings, etc, etc. Okay, I haven't played with that one. And there's a set of dies, which half of them are out there because I'm going to be using them. But these are all the shapes that they cut, and this one here, this nice long one, is one that I'm using today, and this big one, and these little ones here as well. Okay, so it's a brilliant set. Also on offer with this set is we have some trinkets, and that's these here, little snowflakes, which have both got little rhinestones in the middle there. Very, very pretty, these. And I think you get 20. Yes, you get 20 in the tub there. And the other product that's available is some velvet, what they're calling velvet paper, velvet sheets. And that just feels like flock. It's really lovely. So that's what I'm going to be using today. This is only on offer during November 2018 and is until while stocks last, while supplies last. Okay, and I have to say this is really beautiful. So to start off with, I'm going to tell you the card pieces that you're going to need. I've used Balmy Blue with this, and for the video I'm going to use Pool Party. So I'm going to tell you first of all what bits you're going to need. Right, and let me just put something on my page there so that I don't read you the wrong sizes, which I almost did last time. So to start off with, what's all that? You need a piece of Whisper White, which measures 4¼ inches by 8½ inches, which is 10.8 by 21.6 centimetres. And then you need a piece of Whisper White for the bridge, and this measures 1½ inches by 6 inches, which is 3.8 by 15.2 centimetres. And then for the Balmy Blue bits, you need 4 pieces that measure 1 1/8 inches by 4 1/8 inches, which is 2.9 by 10.5 centimetres. And then you need a piece that is 3 3/8 inches by 4 1/8 inches, which is 8.5 by 10.5 centimetres. All the measurements will be in the box below the video. And then for the bridge, this is 1 3/8 inches by 5 7/8 inches, which is 3.5 by 14.9 centimetres. And then you need some sparkle glimmer paper, and I recommend that you use wax paper with these dies. I think they'll get a lot easier to use the more I use them, but I am finding it a little bit of a struggle to get them out of the dies at the moment. They are really quite intricate. So as I say, I do recommend wax paper. So both of these measure 4 inches by 4 inches, which is 10 by 10 centimetres. And then another piece which should be about 2 inches by 5 inches, which is 5 by 12 centimetres. I'm obviously just using my scraps there. So that's all you're going to need. The first bit we're going to do is we are going to do our scoring on our large piece of Whisper White. So I need that, and I will need my bone folder, which I brought over here. I'm going to use my scoreboard. You can use your trimmer if that's your preference. Okay, and I will go over mine with a piece of wax paper. And we are going to score at 1 1/4 inches and 2 1/2 inches, which is 3.2 and 6.4 centimetres. So that's 1 1/4 inches and 2 1/2 inches. And then we are going to turn this 180 degrees and do the same, 1 1/4 inches by 2 1/2 inches. So that's all we need to do for that. This really is a very, very easy fancy fold card to make. I'll stand that over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold the second score line in, make sure it all lines up nicely across here, and then burnish with your bone folder. And then this one we're going to fold out again and then burnish, turn it around and do the same again. On the second fold line, fold it in, burnish, and then the first score line, fold it back and burnish that. Now start off with it's nice and easy because I've got lots of layers here to put on, and I'm going to be using Tombow for all of this. And basically it's those for the panels there, that one for there, and that one's going to be for the bridge. I'll just make sure that's all okay. Just want to remind you as well while I'm doing this that during November I am running a buy one get one free promotion for my online customers. I'll put a link into the promotions page in the box below, but basically what happens is you go through the promotion page and pick out the retired products that you would like to have free, and you let me know which ones. I will reserve them for you, and then you go to my online shop and order whatever current products you want. You order them and pay for them as usual, and the only thing I ask is that you pay for the postage of the retired products, and once you've paid that I will pop the products in the post for you. You don't have to wait until your Stampin' Up order has arrived. Once you've paid for your postage, that's it. Your goodies will be winging their way to you. This was a promotion that I did in August, and it was really very, very popular. So I thought I would do it again in the run-up to Christmas. Lots of the stamp sets I have are unused. Some of them are from previous celebrations that we've had. Some of them are Hostess stamp sets. No unused Hostess stamp sets, I know that. There is some DSP, there are some ribbons. In fact, there's lots of goodies in there that you could choose from, and they're all yours free for the same value as whatever you order in my online shop. Apart from postage, as I say. So that's my promotion during November, and also the one from Stampin' Up as well, the dies and the stamp sets. There we go. Now I think the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do the heat embossing on here for the sentiment, Merry Christmas to you and peace on earth to all the world, which I thought was rather nice. So I will take my embossing buddy first, wipe over here, and what I'm doing is I'm going to line this up at 3 inches and 11 inches so that that dark line is in the middle here, and I can get my sentiment right in the middle. So I'm going to use Versamark. In fact, I'm going to bring this down closer to me because I need to make sure I get it straight. How far can I come down? Right to there. You can still see me? Oh, that's good. Okay. Make sure... Oh, it doesn't matter if I get it up the wrong way, does it? Not yet. I think that's straight. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so then I need my white embossing powder, which has the dies all sitting on top of it. I'm just going to pop this in. Okay, yep, you can see that. And pop that away. It's a bit messy down here. And that's okay. Right, I'm going to use my heat tool. It won't take long to do that, but I'm going to let it run for about 10 seconds so that it's nice and hot when it hits the embossing powder. There we go. The magic of embossing powder never fails to amaze me. There we go. It's warped it a little bit, but that's okay. By the time it gets on the bridge, it wasn't very clever to lay it down. Well, it's still hot, is it? But it's okay. Haven't done any damage, fortunately. Right, so the next thing we need is to do the die cutting, and I have already done most of mine because there was obviously quite a lot there that I needed. So, but I'm going to show you what I've done, explain to you how I've done it. And this die, for example, as you can see, these are very, very narrow like sections, if you like. I don't know what to call those, columns I suppose they're like, aren't they? And it's difficult sometimes to pull them out, so I use wax paper, and I don't know if you can see, but I've still got the wax paper in on that one. If it stays in, I don't try taking it out, because to me it just carries on helping. That one has come out. That one's still got it, that's got it, that's got it, but that's out. But if I show you two at the same time, you'll see the difference in it. Because I can't see how much you can actually see from where you are. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will do one of those. I'll do this, this and this. Right, now this is going to be interesting because my plate is very, very warped. Look at that. hubby's just been doing loads of, hold on, where's the other bit gone? Oh no, it's there. He's been doing a lot of die cutting for me for the on-stage swaps. And this is the second mat, the cutting mat that he's got through. But that's because of the precision base plate. In fact, I better tell you what my sandwich is. This is the Big Shot platform. Underneath that I've got the thin die adapter, and then I've got the precision base plate, my sparkle glimmer paper, which is, mine is actually the Dazzling Diamonds. I'm still using the old stuff, but if you don't have any, you need to get the sparkle. Put that in place. I'm going to put that on top there. And so far I've been standing up to do this because that plate being so warm, oh good grief, that made me jump. Now if that happens again, oops, come back. If that happens again, I'm going to have to just get my newer plate. That made me jump. Goodness knows what that's going to sound like on the video. So let's try that again. So I had it that way, didn't I? Let's try it that way. I'm going to use one of the other plates. I don't like that at all. Right, what did I do with it? Hold on a moment. Such a shame, look at it, it's so new. But I can't have it keep popping like that. That first one really made me jump. Right. Right, now I've done it twice now, once and back. Oh, it's more civilised. Okay, so that. Now I'm going to turn it a different direction and run it through a couple of times. And then just once more. If you just move it into a different position on your mat and a different angle, then that will work brilliantly. And then for good measure, just bring it back again. Okay, so that's that one done. I'll sort it out in a moment. We might as well get all the die cutting done first. So that's my scrap, that's my wax paper. So there's that one. And you need two of this. As I say, I've already done mine. Right, that's going to fit on there nicely. That one not going to go on. I should have bought another piece of tissue. I keep a little box of tissue, not tissue, wax paper ready cut. Let's move that over like that. There we go, and then we have that one there. So that's on alright, that's on okay, and I want to do one of these as well. So I can just sit there, okay? So that's it, still on. No, you've come off. Right, that's on. That's on. Just don't let any of your dies get on top of each other. What are you doing? I think maybe you need to start again. please, last time, otherwise I will start again. One, and bring it back. That's it. And now change the position of it. I'm going to fold that back, otherwise it's going to interfere with me turning around. And that one. So turn it to a different angle. There we go. That's more like it. Right, so this is the second positioning. Let's turn it again, another different angle. And when you use your position base plate with your cutting mat that you're using on the top, turn it over each time you use it, like that way for once and then that way. Right, have I done this enough? Let me just give it one more. Now I've forgotten which way round I did that. And what was the other thing I was going to say? One of the reasons this is a bit more difficult is because I am using the Glimmer paper, and people will say that it is easier if you put your dies on the reverse to cut out. Well, that is true, I do agree with that, but it does mean that you finish up with the flat bit on the top. You know, when you punch something or you die cut it, on one side it's nicely rounded and on the other side it's really flat. Like, that's the rounded side. I don't know if you're going to see this, let's hope so. And then on the reverse, maybe not, it's really very, very flat. And that means if you put your die the other way round, on the back first, you're going to have the flat bit facing up, and it really does not look so nice. As I say, I do agree it's easier to cut through, but I think it's worth the effort of persevering. Oh no, it was like that, wasn't it? I was going to say, did I really? I did it. No, you didn't. You had it that way. It's because that one. I was going to say, did I really have the wax paper on the top of the... But it was because I'd folded the bit back, wasn't it? This will never get the vote for my best video ever. But I am persevering with it. Nothing wrong with the project, just me today. Right, okay, so there's that one. Okay, I don't think you can see that properly. I'll clean these afterwards. Again, that's got the wax paper still on there, so I'm going to leave that there. Next one. Now that you've seen that, I'll move that onto that one there. Right, that's it, because you've got the wax paper on top there. But it is underneath the die. I don't really think there's enough there to keep. So I need my paper piercer, and this looks as if it's coming off beautifully by itself. Now when you come to bits like this, oh, I can't tell you, it's coming out too easily. Okay, bits like this, that has got caught in there. Now you just need to follow it round and pull it slowly, and it should come out, and it's not left anything behind there, so that's good. Well, that one was coming out at this end, so I might as well take the whole lot out. Now this one I normally have trouble with. So the easy way of doing it is where you've got these little holes at the ends here, I go round and I push them all out, and or at least push my paper piercer all the way through, and then I put it all the way through the centre one as well. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See if that will come out. Oh yes, it does. If it doesn't come out, then give it the push in the middle one there. Okay, so there's that one. And now we've got this one to do. Put that safe. Now this is the one that I have most problems with. At least the die brush does the main part of getting these separated. Okay, it's got a lot of bits there. I'll just put those in the rubbish. Now what I do with this one, because it really is all these very, very thin bits, and it's very, very easy to pull one of the ends, one of these bits off. I know that. I did it, and it was too easy by a long chalk. What have I done there? Right, for some reason that has actually split there. Can you see that? Yes, you can. That is one of the layers of the paper coming off. So I'm not going to try and pull that bit. So, sorry, working from the back. Each of these has got 5 holes. So what I do is I pierce each of the 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move to the next one. And then just do this to each one. You'll know when you get round to the beginning again, because you'll find that your paper piercer will go through nice and easily. It's okay to do as long as you do give it plenty of TLC. You may find a quicker way of doing this. I just found this way and it works for me, so this is the way that I'm showing. Mind you, I'm always happy to learn new tips and tricks if anybody knows anything. Oh, there we go, back to the beginning again. And I've got a little bit of sparkle there as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to start where that paper was torn, which is round there. Go opposite. Right, there we go. So I'm getting my paper piercer underneath and pulling it very gently. Now that's as far as I'm going, okay, because that's just where I've put my paper piercer through the holes. There we go, that one's okay. Now as you go further round, you should be able to get a bit further up. There we go, okay. Let's do the next one. go, that's nice. That's it. So it does get easier as you start going round. It just pays to be careful and patient with it. Okay. There we go, and as you can see that's got the wax paper in there. So there we go, there's the big snowflake out without problems. So now we can start putting our card together. Just tidy up a little bit. So I am going to do the front bit first. Now I'm not happy with how high I put this snowflake, so I'm going to bring that down so it's all on the blue on here. And I'm using Tombow, which means I need my silicone mat. I did think about using our multi-purpose adhesive sheets, but I suppose really because I was struggling with getting these out of the dies, I thought I didn't want extra things to worry about like the adhesive sheet. So if you put glue on the top bit there, the outside bit, and then down the centre on each of these, and then you can do the centre, and that will certainly be enough Tombow to hold the snowflake in place. I think this is the last one, yes, and then put that there. And reach my tweezers, and you have to do it so that these come at the sides. If you do it at an angle like that, then that is too wide to get onto here. So do the two there, leave a little bit up the top there. Okay. Now the one I got here, I put on there, but I'm going to put it on using glue dots. But because there are holes in there, the glue dots are going to just get through the hole, make it sticky, and when you close your card up for the posting it, this glue might stick on your envelope. So what I did was I took a 1/2 inch circle punch and I just punched out that, and I adhered it at the back like that. So how did I adhere that? Because I must have, right, okay, so what I did was I used Tombow onto there to glue this bit down. And let's come up here. So I'm just doing a little bit in the centre here. So pop that over the holes. And Tombow is very good for adhering to our glimmer paper, but it does need just a little bit of pressure. So a little bit of pressure like that, and then when you're using your glue dots, which are right down the other end there, don't need that bit on there. Where's my paper piercer? Well, we know you were here. Here we go. So I'm going to put 4 onto this circle. Without sticking it to my finger, I hope. So they're all on top of each other, well, these parts are on top of each other, touching each other. And I'm lining these up with the star under there. There we go. Right, what I'm going to do is, because Tombow does need pressure to adhere onto the glimmer paper, so I'm going to put that on there, and while that is holding, I'm going to put more snowflakes here, and as I say, I've got them all done. I'm going to put 4 on either side. On the other one I did 3 on one side, 4 on the other, and the one with 3 looked a little bit bare. I'll show you what I mean. You see 4 down that one, just about, but if you look that side, it's a bit sparse. So I'm going to do the 4 like that, and also I put 2 here as well. Okay, so I'm going to get those done. And you will see that that one there is a bit different from the others. That's because I cut it off the swirly bit, but I'll show you that when I get there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In fact, have I got the other fat one here? Yep. Okay, so I've got 2 fat ones there. In fact, the fat ones I'm going to put down here. 4, 4, 4. Okay. Let's do these fat ones. So it's just a little bit on each end, and then in the middle. Okay, so one there. And I'm not watching how I'm doing it, I just want it to be totally random. And then this one. And these are 2 different sizes that I have here. But again, it's going to be totally random. I'm not going to make sure I've got 1 big one and 3 small ones or whatever. As long as they're all snowflakes, then I'm happy. I'm going to glue 4 of them at a time. And when you're doing that, if you feel that you're putting too much glue on there, you can always blot your image. Oops, didn't get a grip of that one. Okay, so just pop it on there, and then that will take off the most of it for you, and hopefully stop it from oozing out sideways. It's a useful trick when you're dealing with such small pieces. Okay, again, I'm not watching how the snowflakes are going on. I'm not making sure that they're which direction they're going in. As long as they're there and they adhere down nicely, then I'm happy. Oh, last night Stampin' Up announced the global positions where all the demonstrators, well, the top 150 demonstrators, 250 globally, and 50 for each individual country, and I was absolutely thrilled to hear that I am the 7th top demonstrator in the UK. So I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody who's helped me, like my customers, my team, and of course my lovely hubby who's always helping me with my swaps and driving me to convention and everything else. I appreciate everybody who watches my videos. I appreciate everybody who follows my blog, and I just should have tapped that one off. That was very very wet, that one. That's what happens when I talk, isn't it? But no, I do appreciate everybody who supports me one way or another, so thank you all very much for that. It's what helps to keep me going, doing everything that I do. I know that it's appreciated, and I appreciate that, so bless you all, thank you. So that's that so far. Now we're going to put our bridge on, and what I do is, as it's laying flat, I put my bridge where it's going to go, because when I adhere this down, that corner is going to fit into that corner there. So if I lay that like that, and then I do a pencil mark just a little bit below the top, then I know my glue can come that high. And I do the same this side. So my glue can come that high. So what I do first of all is I put glue on this one, but don't go over the line. And I only put it on the pool party cardstock. I don't try and get it to go down onto the white. Okay, so that's that bit. Let's move that out of the way. Now, making sure this is up the right way, I'm going to pop that on there so the corner meets up. Turn it over just to make sure. Okay. And then I am going to put glue on this side. And I did bring 2 of my clothes pegs with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to anchor that one down, and I'm going to fix this one in place. Make sure those 2 corners meet. Check it from the back. That's the best place to see whether you're in the right place or not. And then anchor that down. Okay, just give Tombo a helping hand. Now with these 2, I found they were a little bit too long to come on here. So what I did was I cut this one off, this curved one, and then I shortened there. I did it on both of them. So let me just show you this. So this piece here, where this is coming out from this main stem here, I just cut that in a slight curve so you can't see that that bit's gone off. Okay, so you wouldn't know there's something there. Now I want to cut off a large part of this, and I am just going to cut it very slowly and turn it as I am cutting, oops, without dropping it, so that it gets a curved cut at the end there. Okay, that's got a bit pointed there. Let's just trim that bit. That's better. Okay, rather than having just a straight line across, that makes it look as if it was meant to be like that. And then the fat snowflakes I've got there, that was these here. So all I did was I just followed around. Okay, so I cut that bit, then I came over to this one and cut that, and then down. Okay, let me show you close. Okay, so can you see how I've cut down there? I'm just going to go a bit further and cut that right off now. Right, so I'm going down. I called it a stem earlier, didn't I? There we go. Alright, so that now looks like a rounded bit as well, as if it was meant to be like that. So I'm just going to do the other side. This is one of those things, if you're not a person who enjoys fussy cutting, I would just throw those bits away. But I'm quite happy fiddling with bits like this. And then the last one on this side. There we go. That's a little bit there to snip off. And a bit there. Okay. I've got another snowflake. And I will do that for this other one, but not during the video. I will save that to do afterwards. So I'm going to cut that one off. Just curve it to fit in with the stem. And then I'm going to cut this bit shorter and cutting very slowly while I'm turning this so that I get a nice rounded, oops, cut too hard there. Never mind, I'll go back to finish it off. There we go. Alright, so it's nicely rounded. And nobody would ever know, apart from you and me. Right. God, I'm getting a lot of rubbish down me. Where did that one come from? Don't know. 1, 2, 4, 4. Well, it's not off of there. Right, I'm going to remove these now. And the first one is going to go on like that. Now I don't mind this coming over here, but I don't want anything coming off this side in case it gets folded like that for the envelope and it would make it a bit too big, depending on how much over you had. So that's the one I'm not going to be gluing. But otherwise I'm going to put some glue in as many places as I can. And I will bring my scrap paper back to give this just a little bit of a blot. Apparently this set has been very, very popular. Very popular. And I have to confess, today's my first day of playing with this. Right, tweezers. Oh, I said I was going to blot this, didn't I, just in case. I'm just going to make sure that nothing comes off the edge apart from the bit that's here. because that won't hurt when it closes. Now I'm going to do the other one. I'm just going to check where this has to go. Okay, so it's just that little bit there which I don't want glue on, possibly the end of that as well. Right, okay, so it's that corner bit there. Let's do this one first. There we go. Give it a quick blot. And then bring it down here. Okay, so there we have our bridge card. I didn't put anything on the back because there's quite a lot of white there that you can write on, and quite a lot of glue as well. I'll clear that up later. But there we go. I hope you liked today's project, and I hope you give it a try. Bring the, that's Balmy Blue and that's Pool Party. And the first one that I did was last night, first bridge card. And I made it with Santa's Workshop. Okay, so that folds down to go into an envelope, and it folds either way. But I didn't do anything on the sides there. That was just really a quick card, one to test what it was like to make a bridge card, but also because Stampin' Up! Were publishing the videos on our website, and I wanted to see all the results, so there we go. Anyway, many thanks for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this project. Hope you give it a try. If you have any questions, please leave them in the box below the video. I'm always very happy to help you. Also in the box will be the measurements, the lines where you need to score, and all the products that I've used. If you'd like to be notified each time I upload a new video, which is normally Wednesdays and Sundays, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button, and then you need to click onto a bell to say that you want the notifications. And I think that's probably about it. So many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.